let's talk about glandulars and sarcodes. What's the difference between the two? So at the New School of Nutritional Medicine, we teach Rapid Relief Homeopathy, but we also teach tautopathy, we also teach sarcodes, we also teach cell salts, and we teach some Nosodes as well. So I want to focus on sarcodes. One of our graduates had a client who had done an adrenal stress test. The adrenal stress test showed that her cortisol levels were pretty low throughout the day, and she was actually suffering from fatigue. So she'd already seen a practitioner who had worked and supported her adrenals as much as she could, and then she wasn't really shifting forward. And what she also mentioned to the student is when she takes the glandular, which is an adrenal glandular, that she feels wired. So she's tremoring inside and she's feeling a bit jittery and she can't focus, and she didn't want to take that anymore. Yet she would have been somebody who potentially would benefit from the glandular because her levels were so low. So when she came to see our graduate student, she prescribed her a sarcode, which was the adrenal gland sarcode. So instead of giving the glandular, which is the nutrition form that has all the organic material, she gave her the energetic material of the adrenal gland. Now, by taking the energetic material of the adrenal gland, the client was able to actually support her adrenals alongside all the lifestyle changes and adding in protein into her main meals and going to sleep on time, etc., and making sure when they did the adrenal stress test, checking for melatonin levels so we can get an idea of sleep and antioxidant kind of support. That when she took that adrenal sarcode, it wasn't like, oh, things have really shifted and it was all brilliant. It took a while, a couple of months, for her to actually then be able to take the glandular without then the sarcode. So the sarcode is like a more gentle form of a tissue, an energetic signature of a healthy tissue of the body. Now, sarcodes can be healthy secretions of the body, for example, neurotransmitters or hormones. They can be the healthy tissue itself, so it can be a gland, it can be a part of the body, a tissue of the body. It's anything that's healthy that is part of the body, whether it's a secretion or whether it's part of a tissue or an organ. So that was one example. Another example is one of our graduates from several years ago actually prescribed the sarcode pituitary gland to one of her clients because she'd learned it at the school that pituitary gland is actually like kind of one of the master glands when we're looking at a lot of hormonal stuff. And if the hormonal stuff is all over the place, there's no regular periods and there's a bit of a sort of a backlog, it's like the system is not communicating clearly, she actually prescribed pituitary gland as a sarcode, not as a glandular, as a sarcode. And then her clients' cycles kicked in. She started getting regular cycles. And then she had 2 regular cycles. And then the next one was also slightly out of sync. So she actually made sure that she was doing, adding in her protein, doing everything else that she had suggested from some of the functional tests that the results showed. And then her cycles, the ones after that, for the rest of the time I know, are actually now regular. And her goal was to actually conceive, which she has now conceived. And I think she's in her 2nd trimester. And this is how we use homeopathy at the New School and how we teach it. But it's very important if somebody is going to use tautopathy, if somebody is going to use sarcodes, is going to use a nosode, we teach it in relation to the case. We have to make sure that the channels are open, the body's actually free flowing, all the other things are in place. And also in the 21st century, one modality is no longer enough. We have too many toxins, too much stress, not enough sleep, lots of blue light, lots of background noise, that we need to also address that in today's society. So I hope that helps and explains the difference between using a sarcode, which is the energetic material of a healthy tissue or a healthy discharge, versus a glandular, which is the organic material made from that particular organ. Hope that's been useful.